everybody. Just a very quick, helpful guide on how Lectio Divina works and how I'm actually using it on this particular channel. So here in the videos I've settled on a process. Now mind you that this of course refers to the guided process that I have with the videos here for you. In your private space, the timing will be different. It will be dictated by what you actually personally get out of the meditation. But Lectio is just for the very beginning. Lectio is a meditative style of reading of scripture with the aim of meaning being drawn to the surface and coming out for you, and the meaning may actually be directly related to the literal text, and it may be obvious, and depending on how well you are versed in the allegorical meaning, or perhaps even in the intuition side of things, how well you're connected and prepared for it, something else may come up entirely that seems to be disconnected from the literal sense of the text. But effectively with Lectio there are four different components to it, and the first component is obviously the Lectio itself, the reading or the listening. In this instance I'm actually guiding you, so it's a listening portion for you of text, and I've settled on having a short series of small bits of text, usually a verse or a couple of verses of scripture, so that you have small sections of text. In a group setting you can do larger portions of text that then are read in there entirely 3 times, or you in a private setting you will simply read a portion of scripture until something pops out for you, it draws your attention. That could be a single word, it could be a verse, could be anything really, and then you kind of meditate on that. But this is a guided process. I'm using 1 or 2 verses, and something may pop out for you, and something may not, but 1 or 2 verses of scripture. And then it's followed by a bit of a meditation process, and during that meditation process you will so the portion of scripture reading is followed by 3 different sections. The first one is a meditation process, and in that you kind of repeat that section of text that was just that you just listened to, and or particularly that part of scripture or that verse or word that actually is drawing your attention. So you meditate on that which draws your attention. Then there's a second component out of that, which is basically a silent prayer. So you kind of offer up in your mind some thanksgiving that you will receive instruction from that. So you've just been meditating on something, and now you will allow your mind to be more still and some instruction to come into your mind. So be mindful to try and just clear your head and listen out for what might pop up, and then you just work your way through that. Then there's the third component following the reading is the contemplation. So that is after you've received your instruction, you just really kind of completely silent, meditate, and hear the instruction more clearly, or have it affirmed for you. So that's kind of the process. Every different section, every transition, I've settled on putting a little chime in there for you, so you know it is another transition. And for consistency's sake, and to make sure that as it is a guided process, unfortunately this will be a one for all type of approach, and I've settled on about 30 seconds in between each section. So you get 30 seconds for your meditation and repeating of what is being drawn out for you. Then about 30 seconds for you to prayer and thanksgiving, and offering it up and to God and be here for instruction, and then 30 seconds to contemplate on it and really focus on the instruction that's coming to you, so you can have some practical guidance from it. And in that period of time, you probably might come up with some ways, guidance to apply what you've learnt. Now, depending on what section of scripture that we go through, I'm trying to keep the meditations to about 10 minutes, with about a 2-minute introduction to settle in to the right state of mind. So all up, I'm trying to keep it to around 12 to 13 minutes, and a portion of scripture and the length of scripture that I'll be reading out in between the sections is kind of guided by that. So I hope that process makes sense to you. So you understand the chimes, and just moving on to the next section. If this is your first time, if this is all new to you, then don't worry. It's really not meant to be a rigid kind of process and for you to really think about it. It's really much more about opening up and having the intuition and feeling your way through it and being open to receiving, rather than step one, step two. So as you practice, as you go into it, you will get the hang of it. And then hopefully you'll be able to take that to a private practice as well. And as you read scripture, that you read it in a more meditative style as well, and not so much just for picking up on a literal text, but kind of settle your mind to meditate and hear what comes up for you. So anyway, this is just that quick introduction for you, so I hope this helps. Let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you're enjoying these guided meditations, and if they're helpful, then please share it with others, because I think it's important that we are grounded in the Word, and that's of course where we get our wisdom and our enlightenment from, not the least our sanity. All right. Over and out, and blessings and peace be with you, in and surround you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.